So that is continue. Let's have a look. Let's pick somebody for the next game. I can see one interesting opponent in 5 minutes. Time control. Let's accept that one. And yeah, it's e4, e5. And Ruy Lopez. Now I'm playing with white though. And here is a Jaenisch counter Gambit. Pretty sharp opening choice. Let me remember. What is the right way to play it? I think simple queen e2 can be an interesting idea. Just exert some pressure on e5, which is definitely under some pressure here. And d6, well, I have expected something like f takes e4 and then d5, or something like that, I'm not sure. This d6 doesn't look right to me because it enables this d4, but maybe it's also some sort of theory. I didn't check for a long time already what's going on here, but it looks pretty promising for white, I would say. Let's just take on e5. I think we get a much better pawn structure for free. I don't see any dynamic compensation for black for it. Feels like there are only problems. Okay, I'll definitely take here first. And now look, we have very pleasant choice. We can take on f6 now. And if queen f6, then bishop d7 will force the king to the center. We can take on f6, and if g takes f6, then there is queen h5, which looks also amazing. I don't even know what to choose. We can also just castle, preparing rook to d1. Also looks pretty good. I mean, I will just castle, although knight takes f6 was good. What's interesting, if knight takes e4 now, there is queen h5 still. Looks great. Again. I don't know, it's just an amazing position. That's the thing. That's why almost everything works just fine for white. Black's position is full of weaknesses, I guess. Now queen b5 forces the king to c8. Queen to g4 looks good enough to me. Queen e6, I grab the pawn. King cannot go here because of bishop g5. So it's probably forced either to c6, which is super strange, if that works, or back to e8, which is super ugly. And our task will be just to open the position and continue with the attack, which will be not so hard because black's pieces are not coordinated whatsoever. So let's get there. Queen is quite vulnerable now, so probably the wise choice here is just to get back home quickly. Relocating the queen. There was also a nice option to just, well, playing queen to h6, trying to simplify the stuff. To avoid any sort of complications. But I don't believe there will be any attack, to be honest. Maybe I should, though. Be careful. Be more careful here. Alright, let's see. I want to give this check. To start with. Now. The only problem that I can imagine here, maybe with my g2. So what is the right way to play it? To play g3 here? Or f3? Probably f3 to have rook to f2, I guess. And the bishop should go to e3. Yeah. That's the way to go. Queen goes to h3 now. I'll play rook f2, and if there is e4 attacking my h2, I will probably choose something like f4. But that's super ugly. Queen h3 deserved attention indeed. Okay, let's continue with the development because it starts getting quite annoying, quite risky. Nice game, by the way, pretty challenging. Although, I believe I missed a super simple way to punish black for wrong play in the opening. But a nice effort here, I mean. My opponent is doing everything possible to create some counterplay. That's the way to go. Okay, I would have expected queen to h3, but in that case, I would have had queen to d2 played. So it's fine. All right, centralization is needed. Maybe I can even take on a7 now. It's a bit greedy, but does it actually work? This may work easily. But do I need that pawn? That's a good question. Okay, is there a simple way for me to avoid complications? I'm not sure. A2 maybe also heading now. Okay, let's just protect that one first then. I know it's not very impressive, but it's just conversion of the advantage right now, while your opponent has some nice tricks, some interesting counterplay. So if queen h3, then queen d2, and if e4, then f4, keeping everything under control. This part is interesting. This part is good for me. Maybe we should just go with bishop c5 here, exchanging that bishop. Let's try it. I'm always a bit nervous in situations like that because I have a feeling that I'm blundering something, but if queen goes to h3, then just rook d2, and I think I don't have overloaded pieces and bishop d6 is ready, which means there will be no tricks based on e4 or something. And that bishop is indeed one of the most annoying pieces in the position. It is potentially a source of great trouble. And I think black already missed a great chance to create some serious counterplay. We'll have a look at it after the game. For now, though, let's focus on this position. We're still a pawn up. Looks good to me. If queen h3, then rook d2 is what I wanted to do. And this move allows me to bring the queen to a7, and I want to try it because it looks amazing. Maybe it doesn't give me an immediate win, but it's now very close to. Typical thing from, you know, Ruy Lopez exchanged. So may well work here as well. So now there is checked in king c7. I don't achieve anything specific. So I'll try this move then. Yeah, looks interesting. Just want to play queen a8 followed by rook d7 at very, very least. There are other ideas as well, including queen to b6 move, for example. King to c7, okay. So I'll just go away here. Yeah. Probably it was unnecessary to play this passive. Maybe I'm just losing on time here. I'm not sure. Are we playing with the increment or what's going on? Okay, I won on time, but there was a complete luck. So very challenging game. I think I misplayed it badly at the end. And I guess, yeah, it was completely lost for black at the very beginning, but I missed to, convert it somehow. That was very stupid of me. And yeah, at some point, black got some interesting counterplay. For example, here, after f3, I guess immediate queen h3 was very nice. Queen is red to g2, and probably even worse, forcing me, to bring the queen to d2, because just imagine that line. Queen h3, I play rook to f2 to protect g2, which I was going to do, and then you play e4, attacking h2. And I thought, okay, in that case I just play f4, and I completely missed queen takes c3, b takes c3, followed by bishop c5, actually winning the exchange because of my rook on f2. So that is what I missed, and that is, I think, was your best chance here, just to put the queen on h3, creating this red here, and then combine it with the e4. Because otherwise, I had enough time to develop my pieces and create my own play against your king, all right? And there was a comment that taking on g7 seems risky, but that was the main idea of playing queen to g4. So probably I missed the thing a bit earlier. So for example, here it already looks like absolutely lost position. I mean, most likely immediate capture on f6, or maybe even something like, here. Maybe something like bishop to g5 was the most interesting continuation for white. The most accurate. Kind of sort of taking on f6, but with the bishop keeping this amazing knight on the board. I don't know. But the pawn structure is bad. Everything is actually not correct in black's camp here, and white has no weaknesses for free. That is not how Jaenisch works, right? So in Jaenisch, you usually have concrete compensation for each and every positional drawback. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for being with me and following the stream. Hope you've got some useful and interesting information. And I also hope to see you around in the nearest future. Don't forget to subscribe to Chessfactor. Don't forget to become a member of this platform. It's quite interesting way to learn chess, in my opinion. Okay. Wish you all the best, guys. See you. Bye-bye.